Hey everybody, welcome back to LDRS Creative. It is a chilly Thursday night here in Michigan. I see that Brenda is welcoming everybody from Kentucky, saying happy first day of spring. That doesn't happen here in Michigan for quite some time. I actually didn't know it was the first day of spring. That's why I'm in a sweater, and I actually have on I'm wearing like the ski pants, like the pants you put on under your ski pants. That's how chilly it is here. But happy first day of spring to everybody, and thank you for letting us know. That at least gives me hope that it's on its way. So hello to everybody who's coming in. E. Miller is in Southeast Michigan. Carlotta Morris, hello. Vicki Thomas is coming in from Livonia, Michigan. Who else is here? Cindy Patty, hello. She's coming in from Central Florida. I have a hair tickling me. What is happening here? Who else is here? Brenda is here, and Margaret Chapman is coming in from Ohio. Tony is here from Long Island, New York. Teresa Rubino, also from Long Island, New York. Do the two of you know each other? If not, maybe you should get together and craft together.
It's a really long island.
It's a really long island, Alan says. Annette is coming in from Goodyear, Arizona. She says it's nice and warm there, lucky you. Hello to Cassie. She said it is pouring rain in Washington State. Yikes. But we actually had snow flurries today, so I would take the rain. Who else is here? Oh, Brenda says it's cold here too. Mary Kay is coming in from Lapeer, Michigan, just a little north of us. And yes, we had snow here today too. Paula is in from Boise. B is here from Wellesley, Ontario, Canada. Glenna is also coming in from Ontario, Canada. Let's see. Ginger says, hello. What is FF? I don't know what that is.
Where?
It says hello, huh?
French fries?
French fries? First frost? I don't know. What is that, Ginger? I'm dying to know. Karen Wild is coming in. She says, joining from a very rainy Maryland. Sounds like it wasn't great weather all around everywhere today. Sylvie is coming in from Southern California. Hi, Sandy. Sandy is coming in from Michigan as well. Oh, Ginger says she's from Wisconsin. Beverly Root is coming in from Cool, Florida. Who else is here? Elsie Carter is coming in from St. Catharines, but in Wellesley, my sister B is for CNC. I don't know. CNC. Crop and Create, maybe? Oh, but in Wellesley with your sister maybe for Crop and Create. So we're going to see you in class, I'm guessing. That's awesome. Give me thumbs up if I'm right, if I decoded that properly. Susan Mead says she's watching from Drizzly, Oregon. Vicki Donnelly is here from Ohio, and Deborah Price is coming in from Michigan. So welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody. We're going to have a little bit of fun tonight, or doing some fun crafting with some macarons. This is the very first time that I'm going to be crafting live with something from our brand new Daybreak collection, so I'm super excited. I will tell you, literally, I set the timer, the 5-minute timer, and then I started picking out my markers. So that's how much I've done. That's how far along I am here today. So it's been a very busy day. We have a lot going on, and it's all good stuff. So lots of exciting things coming your way in the next, I don't know, however many months throughout this year. It's going to be lots of fun. What?
Do we have a giveaway?
Oh, I have a question for you. Can anybody guess? This is going to be your first giveaway. Very first giveaway, because we do $10 giveaways, and usually it has to do with a question. And I'm going to ask if anybody can figure out what I snacked on with my tea this morning. First one that says it wins the $10 prize, the very first one. Can anybody guess it? Oh, Vicki says, see you in Crop and Create. Yay! Excited. That's coming up. Our class is on Saturday already. What is going on? I feel like I have little, do you ever get little hairs that tickle you, coming around your face? It drives me crazy. Sometimes a little oversensitive. Come on, someone's got to get this. What do you think I snacked on?
It takes a
this
while.
morning with my morning tea. Nope, not a scone, not a Nutella toast, not banana bread. Let me see, it's coming in. Come on!
Peeps?
Peeps? No, come on, you guys. Macarons! Kathy Shaver got it! Yay! Macarons! I actually did. So congratulations, Kathy Schaefer. You have won the very first $10 prize tonight. I need you to send an email to customer service at ldrscreative.com, and we will get your $10 gift certificate out to you right away. Make sure you let us know that you guessed macarons. Yes, Alan came home from work just last night, and he had a little surprise for me, and it was a little packet of macarons. And I said, you know, I'm actually going to be crafting with those tomorrow night. And he had no idea, so it was just luck. So, oh, Lori Langemeyer is joining in. She says, I love macarons. I do too. I've already eaten 4 of them. I was only supposed to have 1 with my tea. Okay, we're going to go overhead and we're going to get started. All righty. And here we go. Here are my macarons. So in the bundle, so for those of you that grabbed the bundle, hopefully you got yours in hand and you might be crafting along with me tonight. If you don't have it in hand, or even if you do and you don't feel like crafting yet and you want to watch and then craft later, then hey, have at it, however you want to do it. In the bundle, we have the Macarons stamp set, which is a 4x6 stamp set. Let's go ahead and zoom in, will you please? Thank you. So we have 8 stamps in here, this large macaron that is, or a stack of macarons that has that really sweet little bow around it. I absolutely love it. We have an individual one over here so that we can kind of stack them or put them side by side or do whatever it is we want to do with it. And really super sweet fonts on all of these sentiments. So we have a sweet day, for my darling, enjoy the little things, be a macaron in a cookie cutter world. I love that. And what a fun way to say be unique, right? That's so awesome. Bonjour and love you. Love you. We also have the coordinating dies here. And then we have these really super fun pattern background stencils. There's actually 7 of them in here. These are quite large. So we have, these are like little dots. We have larger circles, stars, hearts, flowers, stripes, and butterflies. So we have you covered with all of your patterns so that you can just really kind of just grab whatever ink you want and go. Have at it. I did grab a few other things, and you guys are going to go, oh my gosh, but you know what, you might even have some of these. So I grabbed these because I thought it would be fun. And I'm going to try and do this. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I started playing and just kind of doing some die cutting while we were doing the countdown real quick. But I grabbed our Delicate Stitches scalloped oval, so I thought that it would be fun to do something with an oval. And I wanted to do something that was like a mixture of background dies and shapes and textures and just kind of have fun with it. So I've got Delicate Stitches scalloped oval, the new pinpoint rectangle dies, which nest beautifully into our hand-torn rectangles. So we're going to play with that a little bit. The first thing I just want to show you that I did here that I've already got ready. Actually, yeah, I'll show you. I was just thinking right now, I don't know if I'm going to stamp directly on this. I think what I'm going to do is stamp, color, and then die cut. But what I was thinking I was initially going to do is stamp on this oval and then color it in and maybe pop up the sentiment. And oh, now I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with what I was originally thinking. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to die cut it, but I might add one of these in. And the cool thing about the coordinating dies is we have coordinating dies for everything that you see in here, including the sentiments, which is really, really nice. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually, oh boy, do I want to do that. Because now I'm thinking, see what I mean? This is what happens when I don't really have a plan. Oh, Anna Cunningham she says it's Anna from the Tavares, Florida gang. Hi, Anna, welcome. I did a class there at the Scrapbook Studio. What was it? Maybe a month ago, a little over a month ago. Yeah. We had a wonderful time. It was so much fun. So hi, Anna, welcome, welcome, welcome. We actually got to work with these patterns, background stencils in that class. So now I'm thinking though. I think what I'm going to do is get some stenciling in the background here maybe. And then I'm going to stamp this, color it, die cut it. Oh, this is killing me. It's seriously killing me. I'm not sure what I want to do. Okay, No, I'm going to stick with my original plan. No, I'm going to stick with my original plan because I just kind of thought about something else that I might do with this as well. Huh?
A secret?
Yeah, I just kind of thought of something else I might do. So we're going to see if I can make this work. All right. So this is one of those things where we're going to kind of play and see if Angie can come up with something in the end. I do want to tell you. So I went ahead, started to say, with the largest die in the Delicate Stitches Scalloped Oval, I cut it. This was my, she says, I really like hearing your design process. My design process right now, Anne, is kind of all over the place, I have to say. It's a little bit embarrassing. No, come on. Lori says, did you know it is National Macaron Day?
Oh, she's making that.
You're kidding, right? She says, you might have mentioned it already and I missed. Is she kidding? Look that up. Look that up. Are you serious? You got to be kidding. That would be way too big of a coincidence, I think. But seriously?
Maybe in France. National Macaron Day, Thursday, March 20th, 2025.
Oh my gosh, it really is. It really is. All right, Lori, you get a $10 gift certificate just for that.
Wasn't there something else like that?
Oh my gosh, that's bizarre. All right, Lori, send us an email to customer service at ldrscreative.com and let me know. Just let us know that you told us it was National Macaron Day because that is, no, I did not plan it that way. That is crazy. That's seriously crazy. Okay, so let me tell you guys what I've done so far. Oh, that's so funny. Wow. Okay, so that's absolutely crazy. It's bizarre. Honestly, seriously, it's weird. All right, so this is my, what is the paper called? Nina Classic Crest Solar White 110-pound cardstock. I grabbed this because, excuse me, it's wonderful for color blending. It's wonderful for, stenciling like I'm going to be doing. But it's also fantastic for Copic coloring, and I'm going to be doing some of that. So I cut it with this largest die, and then I went ahead and I put it in the largest die. I left it in the largest die just like this. Actually, it probably goes the other way. It should fit either way, but sometimes it's a little more snug one way. Okay. And then I took, this is just a brown pencil, and I just drew on the inside of that brown or of the edge of that, just to give it that brown frame. Because my color scheme, what I wanted to work with is pink, white, and brown. And I might toss in a tiny little bit, I am going to toss in a tiny little bit of a really pale yellow. So that's why I went with it, and I thought it'd be nice and fun just to have that kind of brown frame there. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. What am I doing? I need a different piece of paper. That's what I need. I'm going to go with what I was originally going to do. So I'm going to stamp this, and I'm actually going to stamp it in my coffee bean. I don't want to have real harsh black in here. I want to keep it a little bit lighter, a little bit softer. So I'm going to pull this off of here, and be careful when you're pulling your stamps off. Don't just yank, because this is a polymer, right? This will stretch and bend, all right? It's not soft like acrylic, but if you're really, yanking and pulling on that, you can kind of deform it a little bit. I always suggest, so I go like this, and I pull here, and I pull back here. So I'm pulling back on the paper instead of pulling on the stamp, okay? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do it this way so I have a little more room to work here. Where'd my magnet go? Here it is. Oh, Deanna's here. Hello. Hi, Deanna. So we're going to do this. Welcome, welcome. And I have not stamped with this yet, so I'm just going to give that a quick little rub with my thumb, just in case there's any little bits of polymer, or any, like, of the chemicals left over from Manufacturing. I'm going to give this a nice, good ink with the coffee bean. There we go. Now, I may have to do this a second time just because it's a brand new stamp. I think I will, just so it's a little more crisp in a couple of areas. We do have some wider lines on this stamp. See some of those wider lines, they're a little bit thicker. Plus, I want it to be a little bit darker than it is. There we go. I feel like this is not clean. I've got to clean that. There you go. That's a little bit stronger. I like that. Looks good. Uh-oh, Gietta says, trying to get back into the crafting mood.
She's working on her taxes.
Oh.
Is it November?
Yeah,
already?
taxes. Is it November? Oh, you're so funny. Alan says, is it November already? Because that's... Actually, our taxes are done in September.
Oh,
so,
September.
yes, in September.
Is it September already?
Yes, our extensions are there. Some of our extensions have already been filed. You're so funny. He's always good for a little TMI, isn't he? So I'm going to go ahead and stamp 2 of these individual ones here too. Again, in this beautiful brown. Oh, Barbara Cohen is here. Hi. She says, I'm tuning in for dessert from South Carolina for dessert. You're so cute. Oops, I think I just got that. Let's get that inked. There we go. All right, so I might have to do these a couple of times just to get them dark enough. That's pretty good, actually, but I'm going to do it one more time. There we go. And I am going to wipe this up just because it has, you know, like extra ink left over on it. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry, Barbara. We're going to have more challenge questions. Don't you worry.
Macomb, Michigan. Francis Smith.
Oh, Francis Smith is in from Macomb, Michigan. We used to actually live in Macomb. Welcome. We used to live in the, what was it, 22 and Romeo Plank area. Look how beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. Roadrunner's here. Roadrunner says hello.
Meet, meet.
Meet, meet. Sharon Gullickson is here. She says hello from the East Coast. Welcome, welcome, darling. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to be working with Copics, and, well, these are Copic friendly, all right? So our hybrid inks are Copic friendly, but I did ink these up twice. So they've got a lot of ink on them. I do want to give these a little bit more time to dry. So while those are drying, I'm going to move on to a different step. Let's see. So for those of you that are new to hybrid inks, it is a combination ink. So it has mixed properties of both a dye and a pigment ink. One of the wonderful things is that, you know, I can use this with most coloring mediums, whether you're painting, markers, pencils, you know, whatever you're using. But it does have a little bit more of a dry time. That is, you know, that's the one of the properties it gets from the pigment inks, let's say. What's wrong, Alan?
Barbara asked what
what flavor are you coloring with? I think I'm going to be coloring today with strawberry, potentially kind of like maybe an almond cream and maybe a banana cream. So we'll see. That's what I'm kind of going for. See what happens. That is what I'm going for, though. Okay, so I am going to set that aside just so it can dry a little bit more. And I'm thinking I'm going to bring those stencils over here. And I think I'm going to look at these. I think I'm going to put some of these polka dots in banana cream, just very lightly, in the background here. And I'm not going to do it all over. I just kind of want a little bit of a hint here and there. So I'm going to use my pouncer. So I have my banana cream pie pouncer. I'm going to go ahead with my magnets and just kind of hold this down, just like so. And I can see right through. I'm going to avoid getting it on the frame there. I just want some of it in the middle there. So I have my banana cream ink and my banana cream pouncer. Okay, so this is what the pouncer looks like. Gosh, I hope I'm going to like this. I might actually do a little bit of a combination of pink and yellow back here. That actually might be prettier. So I want this to be very, very light. I'm going to have to go a little bit darker just so you guys can see it, though, I think. There we go. There's a little bit of pink. Pink. I tell you, my mouth and my head are not in sync. My brain is not doing what my, the same thing that my mouth is doing here. It's just, it's all over the place. And then this is Soft Kisses. So I've grabbed Soft Kisses, you can see. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that in here. Just a tiny little bit. Maybe a little bit over here. It's going to make some of them orange if I go over it a little bit, and that's okay. I may end up coloring over it, going over it a bit anyway, with whatever I put down. So like this one right here, maybe I'll put a sentiment there, or maybe I'll put a macaron there, or maybe it won't even matter and it'll just look really cool. Look how pretty that looks in the background now. Actually, it looks quite pretty, if I do say so myself. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give this a little wipe, just so I don't have anything on here the next time I go to use it. This is just a damp cloth. Oh, Anna says she's going to a class in Tavares this Saturday, and you may have to stop and get some macarons. Yeah, they had those there when we did the class too, and they were really, really yummy. Okay, so we have that. And then I think there's one more thing. So let me show you another thing that I'm planning. So this is kind of what I did. I grabbed, actually, you know what I'm going to need, Alan, is I'm going to need a piece of my Nina paper because I have to make a card top or a card base. So what I'm thinking is, honey, that's your cue to jump up and get me paper.
Are you talking about the paper way over here?
Yeah, please. So I got brown cardstock here, and I've grabbed my pinpoint rectangles, and I used the largest one, which is ever so slightly smaller. It gives you like a 1/16 of an inch edge on your A2. Barbara Cohn says, I can't remember ever lining a stencil up over a die cut. You should try it. It's beautiful. Thank you, honey. And then I went to my my hand-torn rectangles, and I grabbed the middle one because that can nest right in here. So I have that. This to me looks like Neapolitan, all right? Do you remember that, like, you know, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream? That's kind of what I'm going for here, with maybe some bananas thrown in, all right? So maybe even like a banana split. And then I kind of like the idea of having this over it. But one of the things I was toying with is maybe putting, so this is what I was playing, maybe putting some little stripes on that pink paper up there. Because I want this to look very, I don't know, like treats, like ice cream parlor, you know, if you go to get sweet treats and stuff like that. And I thought it would be really kind of fun to have those little candy stripes going diagonally on the pink and those little, you know, the little dots there. So what do you guys think of that idea? I'm going to try it. And
On the square or
on the pink,
on that one?
on this one. So I'm going to try it.
You can always flip it over.
Yep, I can always just, you know, die cut another one if I don't like it, if it doesn't work out. So here is one of those stencils. I'm telling you, these stencils are the best stencils to have in your stash. They seriously are fantastic. They're large enough to use on, you know, like scrapbook pages, 5x7 cards, A2. They're just wonderful for different sizes because they're larger than A2. Yeah, Tony, I agree. If I don't like it, I'll flip it. So I've got Soft Kisses. All right, that's the same pink that I used already. And I'm going to use my pouncer, and I'm going to do this kind of light. Let me put this up here. I just want it to be like a little hint. And I don't have to do this everywhere. It just has to go around the edges. Because if you remember, that's really what we saw were the edges. Let me lift that up and move it out of the way. The pouncers are great because it doesn't pull on your stencil. So, you know, people do ask me the question, you know, what's better? Is it better to have pouncers or is it better to have the blending brushes? And I think they're both equally fantastic and for different reasons. So I think they complement each other. I like having both of them in my stash. All right, so let's go here and I'm going to lift this up just to see if I can see. Oop, it looks like I moved mine a little bit. Oopsie daisy. I think I slid it when I slid my stencil over. Oh no!
Oh no!
I did. I slid it. I slid it. All right, so I'm going to...
Interesting look.
It actually doesn't look bad. You know what I can do? You know what I'm going to do?
What do you
Because
do?
I slid it there, I'm just going to slide it over here a little bit. Because I don't want to throw it out. So I'm going to kind of stencil off a little bit here now too. And just kind of make it look intentional. Because yeah, I moved my... Remember when I said you want to pick up your stencil so that you don't... so you don't slide it? I said that because I did it. All right, so that was me warning you based on what I had just done. So let's see if I did a correction here. Made it look kind of funky here too. Let's go there. If I can't fix it, then I'll just redo it. There we go. There we go. So now it looks like wonky everywhere. Maybe a little bit over here. I'm going to do it off a bit too. Gives it a little bit of texture. I'm telling you, there are no mistakes. It's just what you do with it, right? So if it looks a little bit weird, make it look a little bit weird everywhere. That actually looks kind of cool. So I'm going to go with it. Let's see how it looks when I lined things up here, though. What?
Might be too busy. We'll see.
It might be. We'll see. I may end up going back to the plain. You just don't know. Of course, it may just end up looking like a really cool background paper.
I like it better if it's straight.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it with this. I think it looks too busy. So let's get another pink. I'm actually gonna, what?
You gonna leave it squared off, or you gonna?
I don't know if I'm gonna put the stencil on it. I think I might leave it without the stencil. I'm worried it got too busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like even when I go like this and I just see that little bit on the sides there, it just looks almost too busy to me.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about it. So I'm just going to get another one. I actually have, this was my little test paper, so I'm going to actually cut from the back side of this one. So yeah, sometimes things don't work out, you know. I do think it looks dimensional. I just think it looks like too much. So sometimes I scrap things if I don't like how it's turning out. So that's what we're going to do with that idea. So I'm going to get my rectangle out again, and I'm going to take this other piece of pink here. And like I said, I've started just kind of playing on the back side of it with the stencil, and you can see when you line it, when you don't move the stencil, it looks really cool, but I moved my stencil. But anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and die cut from the other side here, and then I'll have a nice fresh piece there. Get my magnets out of the way. I don't want those by my computer. Okay, so Alan did that for me really quick. Yeah, Dada said maybe it's a little bit of pink shading. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm going to see if I do anything with it. I'm a little, I don't know, I'm starting to, ever since I did that with it, I kind of think I like it a little bit plain. You know what's really weird? And I do like the suggestions, by the way, so thank you so much. You know what's so weird, though? I used to craft in such a really, really busy way, meaning I had so many layers and flowers and fluff and, you know, lace and all that stuff. And it was really hard for me to go to a more of a clean and simple kind of a style. But now that I'm there, it's hard for me to get away from it. It's hard for me, like now when I overdo it, it just looks overdone. Oh, Stephanie is in from New Jersey. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I've grabbed some Copic markers here. Got some Copic markers, and I'm kind of thinking, I was thinking I wanted the bow to be, ooh, I think I might do the bow darker. A nice dark. All right, I need my little scrap piece of paper here. Where is it? I have a little scrap piece of coloring paper. Here it is, where I was testing my colors. So, what color do I have here? This is E31. 31. What do I have here? Alan, can you help me for a minute? Here's 37. I think I got him. 30. Nope, that's 17. Actually, let me try these. I'm going to try and match up a brown to my brown paper. I keep moving all my pieces of things here. I'm going to put this up here so I don't lose it. So this is kind of what I do with my paper when I'm trying to find out what colors I want to use. So here's my brown. So I've already got this, which I think is kind of a nice light color. It's an E31. So I'm going to grab some browns here and see that. See how much red that has in it? That's not going to work. And I don't like that either. Too much red.
I got a 33,
so,
35.
Give me a 30. What's after 35? Give me 37, please. So here's the 37. We're getting there. That still is a little more caramel. What's next? Darker.
39.
Let's see. It still has kind of a caramel color. What's next? No, we get over here.
44, 43.
Let's try
49
these.
is really dark.
Ooh, there we go. I actually like these together. So what if I end up here and then go 37. I think this is more cocoa. Oh, that looks actually really nice, but I'm going to come over here. That really kind of brightens up. All right, we're going to see. Take these colors. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. We'll see.
You sure you did that right?
Huh? I did. Yeah, I'm positive I got them.
Okay.
Yep. Let me see. 22. 24 gets red. Where's 24, please? R24. Yeah, that gets to be too red, so I don't want that one. Okay. So we'll see. I was thinking maybe of doing the bow with some brown. I might do it pink with some brown. I think might actually look really pretty. All right, so we're going to play a little bit. So if this is going to be red and brown, kind of pink, I should say, for the ribbon, then I'm thinking I might do pink in the middle here, and maybe do yellow up here, and maybe a beige down here. So I don't want to have too much brown up with the beige and put the red, pink. Okay, so I'm just kind of thinking in my head how this is all going to go. So let's see what happens. I'm going to play. So I've got some R's here. So I've got R20 and R22. So I'm going to go kind of light. I don't want these to be really dark. So I'm literally just kind of working with the side of my marker and just kind of bringing some color into the center. Very lightly, I'm touching down and just kind of flicking, which means I press down, and as my marker moves to the side, I lift it up. All right, let me see. Let me find something. Sorry. All right, there we go. All right. That's R20. This is R22. Sorry, I'm just thinking about where I'm going to put my color here. Where is my, here it is. It's always good when you're working with alcohol markers to have a blender pen, which is your 0. So I have some color in here that I don't want. I'm going to push that back. It actually moves it out of the way. It's pushing it back into where that red or that pink is. Don't overwork it, let it dry. Okay? I'm going to let this sit for a moment. I do see one little spot here that looks kind of funky, so I'm going to fix that. So I'm going to leave that center. I'm just going to let that sit for a moment. And then I'm coming in with my lighter color, and I'm just going to kind of even this out just a little bit and blend it. And maybe leave a little bit of a highlight there. So I'm just pulling in from one side into the center, and then I go from the other side into the center, and it's just going to move the colors together a little bit. Leave a little bit of a highlight, and just let it be. Kind of let it breathe. And as it dries, it should blend out a little bit nicer. It'll just kind of soften a little bit. Okay? So I know that looks kind of dark, but it's a really pretty kind of pinky color. I didn't want to go super light like with the paper because I want these to pop. All right? Now I'm going to go to a yellow. Do you have a question for me, Aaron? Is there a question?
No.
Oh, it looks like Leslie's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Leslie. She says, I'm currently attending an art retreat here in Portland, Oregon, and we're doing, oh, you're demoing our press and foil plates tonight. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I hope you're having fun. Leslie is the owner of Cobblestone Creek in Oregon. Oh, look at those. Look how pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go in, I kind of want to leave it buttery. So this Y02 I think is going to be too dark. Y20, it was 23, that's that one, right. If you don't have a blender pen, you can use a little rubbing alcohol, okay. All right, so I haven't actually tried that, so I'm going to take your word for that. Jody says, it really is March 20th. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? Hi, Cindy. Cindy's here. She just came in. All right, so I'm going to come in here with the yellow. There we go. Pull this across. And then I'm going to pull in again across the bottom and then right into that center. All right. I'm going to actually pull in a tiny little bit of this brighter one just to brighten that up a bit in some areas. This one is, let me turn it the other way. This is Y02. So the first one that I used was Y21, which is kind of, it's really buttery, but I want to brighten this up around the sides. And so I brightened it up a tiny little bit using R02. And then I think I'm going to come in with, I think this is Y11. Yep, see how light Y11 is? I'm going to come in with Y11 and just kind of blend those a little bit just to tone down that little bit of a highlight. And so it doesn't look like it's uncolored. There we go. What are your yellows? Okay, so what are my yellows? Corinne's asking. This one I didn't end up using. I ended up using Y21, Y11, and Y02. Hi, Corinne. So it's nice and buttery with the Y21. Y02, it's called Canary Yellow, and it really is. It's a beautiful bright, and that bright yellow, and that I used on the outsides there. And then I blended them together with a Y11 or 11. And then I'm going to go, this is where it's going to get a little sketchy, okay? I kind of want to have one that's like a little bit maybe chocolatey. So let me see what my colors are here. Like peachy chocolatey. This one I might need, I don't know. And then that one. Okay. So with this one, because I just had one that was kind of chocolatey this morning and it was so yum. So this one is E21, which is kind of a skin color. All right. It's like a light kind of a skin tone. And then I'm going to come along the bottom here. And then with E31, I'm going to use this sparingly, just to kind of give it that kind of chocolatey feel. But that it's kind of like almondy and light. There we go. So kind of fun. And then the 21 again, just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. All right. And the reason I pulled the E40, I don't know if I'm going to need that, but I wanted to kind of shadow it just a little bit on these ends, just to tone it down in a couple of these spots back in here. And maybe even make this little kind of creamy look in here so that it was lighter. This is kind of a grayish brown. I don't even know if you guys can see that well. I might have to do a little bit more than that. So I think I'm going to take, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some of the R20 in the center of this one. We're going to mix flavors. How fun is that? Let's mix up the flavors of these.
I don't think that's allowed.
I think it is. So this one is going to have like a strawberry center. What?
What do you call that?
What?
It's just breaking the rules.
No, it's not. It's got a strawberry center. I think it's kind of fun. And then maybe we even dot in a little bit of that brown in here. Like we've got some crumbs. What?
That's funny.
What?
I said it's funny.
Why is it funny?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go a little bit darker here. I mean, goodness gracious, I had crumbs on mine this morning.
I know, it had a lot of little texture like that to it.
Yeah, it's just kind of fun. There. Just dotting in a little bit. Why not? It's just fun. All right, so if we're going to put the chocolate then in this one up here. And then we'll put the banana in that one. So what? We're going to go chocolatey in here.
Mixed up world.
It's a mixed up world. We're mixing flavors. Why not? It's just fun. So this one is like chocolate and banana cream. I mean, who doesn't like that? Chocolate covered banana. What?
Green said, give one a lime center.
I'm going to dot some little crummies around in here. Let me fix that up a little bit. I may have dotted a little too hard. It's okay, just blend it out a bit. Ooh, that's going to be nice and chocolatey. There we go. And then of course, I'm going to come in and give some little texture here with the yellow. Just a wee bit. Yummy, yummy goodness. And then how about we're going to do Y21 in the center of this one. Yum. I'm going to brighten that up.
I think a strawberry lemon.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, why not? It's just fun. Just having fun. I'm actually going to darken that a tiny little bit.
It just reminded me of something. I forgot about my lemon cookies.
You're going to have lemon cookies?
Yeah.
You're going to eat cookies right now that I can't have?
Yeah.
Is that really what you're doing?
Yeah.
See, everybody? See what he does?
You remind me, I put some lemon cookies in here for tonight.
Oops, I want my 23. There we go, Y23. All right, so I'm going to do something here. I want to make this a little bit darker here. Pull that in. Brighten it up, because you never know what your color is going to look like once you start, once they kind of dry. You may not be happy with how dark or light they are. And I want mine darker, a little bit more crummy, like a little more textured. That's why I'm kind of scribbling. Just get a little more texture in there. Crummies. 23. This is how I play. This is what I do. This is my, mess around with that kind of thing. give it texture. I think they look kind of fun. Okay, so now let's get rid of some of my colors here that I don't need.
There's a bunch of people saying they've never had one.
Never had one of these? Oh my goodness, my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You don't know what you're missing. Don't know what you're missing. All right, so I'm going to start this with some pink. This is the inside. All right, so need to get everything here. Just kind of first coat of it. And then here. I'm actually starting to wonder if I'm going to change the color of the pink of my paper that I chose. I might change it. We'll see. And then we've got this here. You can see how beautiful this paper works, by the way, with the markers. And you just have to allow it a moment to dry. There we go. Oh, I still have these two over here, which I may or may not use. We'll see. Now I am going to go to my red here, or my R22. Oops, right down over my yellow. Oopsie. It happens. That's where I will be pushing some of that color out. I'm going to do it actually right now before everything dries. Okay, so what happens? So I'm going to push that out. Push it out. There we go. And I'll come back in and fix that with some yellow in a moment. But right now, I'm going to keep working on this pink. All right, so just kind of, not necessarily trying to make it look real, but just kind of think about where you might have some highlights just to make it look like there's some movement. Did you bring something over here, Ann?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
What'd you do? Oh, I see. Look at him. He's picking out papers for me. That's my guy. So now I'm just going to kind of smooth those lines a tiny little bit. Just to kind of blend them a little bit. I don't worry too much about perfect blending. And I am going to be bringing some brown in here too. I just kind of want to smooth these lines a little, just so we get some little highlights here and there for now. All right, for now, let's get a little bit here. Now I'm going to come in with some of that brown. Yellow, what happened to the comments?
Are they gone?
Yeah, everything's gone. It has a login. Are we still live?
Yeah. The guess is expired your log.
What'd you say?
Probably expired your login. Yep, they expired your login.
My login?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You mean your login?
Well, yeah, our login.
Oh, you log in with mine.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why would it do that? That's never happened before. Why, that's really strange.
It is.
Okay, so now I'm going to come in a little bit darker with an E37. What?
Now I get to click the boxes for all the cars.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
All right, so now I'm just kind of bringing in some, remember I said I wanted it to look kind of like a pink and brown? For the bow, for the ribbon. I'm hoping this is going to come together in the end. We're going to see how it's going to happen. I don't know. There we go. So I'm using this brown as kind of, you know, like the shadows, just to kind of show that there's like some darker, like richer tones in this ribbon. And I think it kind of sets it apart this way then from the brown in the macarons. Makes it stand out a little bit maybe. There we go. This is going to come together. Now I'm going back to the R22. Is everybody still on? Are we still connected?
Yeah.
Okay.
You not getting anything?
I'm just checking, just making sure.
Yeah, Stephanie said that, Stephanie. Linnea said that something was down, not us.
Not us? Oh, something else was down?
Yeah, let's see the other ones.
I have one.
Instagram.
Instagram was down. What does that have?
Whatever that is.
It has to do with face. Well, that's connected to Facebook, so I'm going to fix this a little bit right here, where I went out of the line just a bit. So that's kind of starting to look cool. Starting to like it. Layering color. I always like it when a plan comes together.
Wow,
What?
that looks great.
Thank you.
I hadn't looked at it till just.
I believe you. So I'm putting some more of that pink back in, leaving some of the lighter areas for some little highlights. Just soften some of these little whiter areas. Just a little bit. A little
All
pink.
right.
What?
It's 8 o'clock, wrap it up.
It's 8 o'clock, wrapping up. How's that look?
Great.
I think it looks pretty cool. I'm quite happy with it. I don't even think I need to do these. I think I'm just going to do this one. Oh, thank you, Francis. Okay, so I'm going to die cut this. Oops. Throwing it across the way there. I like how all of the colors are all mixed in here. I think it looks pretty cool. So, Mr. Hunt,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to need your die cutting skills. All right, let's see. Let's line this baby up. Looks good. I don't want to have to color this again. So we're gonna do that a couple of times, tape that up a few times. I'm gonna bring this over, and I don't know if I'm gonna use that color of paper. I think I'm gonna change it.
This is too orangey, isn't
I
it?
don't know. We're gonna see. That looks pretty peachy, but we'll see.
Peachy?
I might just do the brown. I may just leave it with the brown. We'll see.
Okay.
It actually doesn't look bad, Alan. This is what Alan picked out. It actually looks much better than this pink. I think it looks a lot better than the pink. I ended up going a little darker with my colors than I had intended. And that happens sometimes, so we make adjustments. So let's see what's going to happen now. It did end up a little more coral.
Color's not bad. I don't know that it'll match the polka dots.
Oh, I think it'll be fine with the polka dots. I'm not worried about
Should be
that.
covering most of that anyway.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. It's so light. Just being very careful getting this tape off of here. I love these stamped in the brown. Oh, I gotta lift this carefully. Really carefully. Little by little. There we go. And look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I like the little dots back there too. I think it's pretty. We're gonna see what happens with this. It might be too much, but I'm gonna play. Huh?
You're just going to go square with it?
Yeah. I'm going to cut it to an A2 and then grab this die once more because I still want those layers. If I can do it, we'll see. Might even be pretty if I put a yellow back there, but we're going to play with this. Definitely a different color scheme than what I was planning. That happens sometimes. I did not choose my pink very well. I think I went a little too red with my pink selection, but that's okay. That's what happens when you're grabbing markers like just before you go live. There we go. You know what, Gigi? I don't know what it is. This is the mint tape from scrapbook.com, and I absolutely, hands down, recommend it. I love it.
Remember when the tape used to tear your stuff?
Oh yeah, there were some
Nuts.
terrible tapes that I've used over time, and different times, and oh my goodness. But this mint tape from scrapbook.com, I mean, in my opinion, they really nailed it. Okay, so let's see how we did with this one. Look at this. My husband picked out this color. Look what he did.
In the dark.
Look at that. Look at that. Who says men can't be trained? Maybe not. Okay, so we need a sentiment. I do need a sentiment, so let me get a piece of paper. So I can't use this one because I have too much stuff on it. So I'm going to grab, look at that. He did a great job picking that out. I'm so proud. I'm impressed. I am proud. I am all of those things.
Oh, Gigi says she uses Post-it strips.
Oh.
I love the Post-it.
Yeah, the little postage paper stuff, you mean?
The Post-it notes.
Uh-huh.
That adhesive, I love it. When they used to transfer die cuts.
Uh-huh.
That stuff was great.
I'm going to do a bonjour on this. And I'm actually going to stamp this in the brown because I want everything to be in this gorgeous, gorgeous brown. Here we go. So I'm gonna ink this a couple of times.
Where's that gonna go?
I don't know yet. It's gonna go somewhere. Ink it a couple. Oh, look how gorgeous! My, my, my. Alan Hunt is quite the understudy. He sure is. He ain't done learning yet. Okay, so bonjour is, I think it's this one here. Bonjour. Now, Mr. Hunt, I'm actually going to have you cut this one like 3 times.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Just the white ones?
Yes, well, you're going to cut this one and then cut 2 more of them in just plain white.
Okay.
All right. And in the meantime, I am going to start layering this up. So I'm going to have, I don't need this white one here. What I need to do is trim. Oh, I need my other paper trimmer, Alan, because I need to trim this the long way.
Okay, right now?
Yes, if you would, please. I need to trim it the long way because I want to have a top folding card. Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I took you out there.
Which way does this go? It goes this way. All right, so I've got an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper here. So I'm gonna trim this the long way at 4 1/4 because I want a top folding card. Here you go. And then I'm going to score it. I'm actually going to do both of these so I have an extra one ready for when I need it. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. You do both of them. There we go. And then just have these both ready to go. There you go, excuse me. I'm going to set that one aside for next time. And then do this one. Make sure I have it straight, which I do not. There we go. It is heavier paper, so it takes a little bit of work to score it, but it's worth it because you have a really, really good sturdy card. And then this is going to go right on my card front. The brown is going directly on the card front. Line this up so I have just a little bit. You know what, let me just see. I'm going to make sure what my edge is going to be so I know exactly where I'm lining. So I have about a 1/16 of an inch all around. So I'm going to line it up about a 1/16 of an inch from the bottom. Make sure I have it aligned from left to right as well. Lay that down, and I got it wrong. See, I have it too close to the top. Whatever. It's okay. Next up, I'm going to put this piece flat down, I think. Yeah, because I don't want to have too many bulky layers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh-roarge.
Well, while he's refilling that, I'm going to go ahead. He's filling my tape. I'm going to go ahead and put foam on the back of my oval. What?
How in the world did you do this thing?
I I don't know what happened. I just tried to use it.
I'm just gonna.
It was a failure.
Value to communicate.
What we have here.
Okay, what's that from?
What movie is that, everybody? First person to get it. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Alan does it better than me.
Something like that.
Something like that. Name that movie. And you better look, because I don't know the name of the movie. Alan, are you looking? I don't know the name of the movie.
Well, they haven't even gotten it yet.
Well, you better be looking. Name that movie, and then you'll win $10.
I don't know what happened to this thing.
I'm looking. I don't see anybody putting anything out there yet. A Few Good Men?
Nope.
Nope. Nope, it's not A Few Good Men. Alan knows. Top Gun? Nope.
Nope.
Nope, not Top Gun, not A Few Good Men.
Not a few bad men either.
Not Top Gun. I believe it was Tommy Lee Jones, wasn't it?
No.
No, who was it? Who said it? What?
I don't
Cool
know.
Hand Luke?
Yes.
Cool Hand Luke. Bernie Stolnecker. Bernie Stolnecker. Got it. It's Cool Hand Luke. You have won a $10 gift certificate to LDRS Creative. So Bernie, if you will please send an email to customer service at LDRScreative.com. Let us know that you guessed Cool Hand Luke tonight, and we will send a $10 gift certificate your way. Alan quotes that all the time. He says it all the time.
Don't blame it on me.
You would think it would be me saying it all the time. But nope, it's Alan. Oh, did you already tape these together?
I did.
You adhered these together for me?
Oh, it's not that.
Oh my gosh, did you really? Look at this, everybody. Oh my gosh. He not only picked out my cardstock correctly, but he die cut this 3 times and he glued them together.
I think they're.
Look at that.
I think they're finding out who
Oh my
the
gosh.
real genius is here.
Oh, I am telling you, what a day. He got me macarons. He's picking out colors that actually match.
I got
You wouldn't know this by the way he dresses, that he's capable of doing this. But he has done it. I'm kidding. He dresses just fine because I pick out his clothes.
There's a reason for that.
Oh boy. So you know what? That part that's a little bit darker worked out beautifully. And now I cover it. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. All right, so this is how this is going to go. I got it. I know. What a keeper. Look at that. I'm impressed as well. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Oh,
Every dog.
Alan deserves a macaron. He does. He absolutely does. You guys are great. Thank you. This is not straight.
I'm a sleeper crafter. So, just so you know, when I fall asleep in front of the TV, I'm crafting.
You're crafting. Ah, way to go, Alan. Look at that. I know. Look at that. She comes in late and she wins a $10 shopping spree. Way to go. That's how we roll here at LDRS Creative. All right, so here we go. Now, this last one, I am going to put a tiny little bit of foam underneath the end of that because this part is up on foam and this is going to kind of come over it a little bit, but part of it will not be supported, so I need a little bit of foam under the last 4 letters there. All right, just a wee little bit. And I put it on the first 4. I am such a goofball. Alan, you're crafting better than I am these days. Let's see if that works. It does. Excellent. And then I'm going to put a little bit of a liquid adhesive in the top part here so it stays in place. on the little stack of macarons. And I'm going to put it down here so that you can actually see the edge or the ends of the ribbon there. And by golly, look at that, everyone. I do believe we are done. Oh, Lori, you're right. It is almost time, isn't it? For those of you that don't know, these rolls start out like this big. They're like 12 inches wide. And this is all I have left of this one. But look how pretty. I am so pleased with how this turned out. It is not the color combination at all that I had in mind. But I love it. I absolutely love this. I think it's so fun. And I love that all of the centers are mixed with all of the different little cookies. How beautiful. I'm so pleased. I love it. I think the ribbon turned out great. I'm seriously, I'm over the moon. I'm very happy. Do you like it?
Great.
All right. Let's go ahead and switch back to the front.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I really am pleased. You know, you never know. You never know if it's going to work out or not. And I'm so happy that it did. I love the little polka dots, those little dots that are up there from the stencil. Those could be little, I mean, I could have done stripes. I could have done stars and butterflies and little flowers. So many different options with that. I just think it's so, so pretty. So I hope you guys like it. Yay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining tonight. For those of you that are going to be joining me at the Crop and Create class, I look forward to that. We're going to be having some fun on Saturday with that. We will be back here next week. I don't know what we're going to be crafting with next week, but we will get that up on the site as soon as possible. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I know we're over the time tonight, but I really do appreciate you guys hanging with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit. And happy National Macaron Day to everybody. How cool. I just love how that worked out. Thank you so much to Lori Langemeyer for letting me know about that too. I really appreciate it. All right, everybody, have a fantastic evening. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we will see you back here next week. Have a good night.